For topic 2, we covered a line of an equation in slope-intercept form. Remember, slopes can have different values. Oftentimes they have fractions, which is okay because we think of them as rise over run. And the directions of the slopes, positive would be going up when you read left to right. Negative would be going down when you read left to right. A zero slope is a flat horizontal line, and an undefined slope is a vertical line. The undefined slopes have an equation that looks like x equals some number. The zero slope lines, or horizontal lines, have an equation that says y equals some number, because the y value will always be the same number, making a flat line. When it comes to the slope-intercept form specifically, we know this b value is your y-intercept. That's where it crosses the y-axis. That sign in front of the b is important. The m is our slope. Again, watch the sign, and remember, if it is a fraction, we think of it as the rise over the run. Try this first question, where you'll be graphing the equation. For question 2 on your test review for topic 2, they're going to give you a line that's already graphed. They're asking you to make an equation for this line. First, note that when you're looking at graphs, it's important to look for points that actually cross at grid sections. So nothing in the middle there. You could, but we just don't know how to estimate that. If you were to make a slope-intercept graph equation, you would want to know the y-intercept for sure and the slope. If you were going to use point slope, of course you'd want to know a slope and any point on the line. Remember, the point would come from this x value and this y value. It also might be helpful to note that if your point is, say, 3, 7, the equation would have x minus 3 and y minus 7 in your equation. It always looks somewhat opposite of what you actually have for your equation. So the point has the sign switch. And finally, your standard form definitely deals being most helpful with your intercepts. So your x and y intercepts are super helpful when you're making a standard form. So for your question 2 here on your test review, give it a try. Make an equation of this line in any form you choose. For questions 3 and 4 on your review, they're giving you point slope forms of a line that passes through -3, 4, and 1/2. Remember, when it comes to making equations from point slope, we know our slope is the first value before the parenthesis, and our point comes from these values in the parenthesis or by the y. So if I see y minus 2, this is a y value since it's near the y, and the minus 2 actually becomes a positive 2. And remember, it's a y value, so it goes second. If I see x minus 7, positive 7 will be my x value. It kind of feels like the opposite sign, but it's really because our equation already has a minus sign built in there. We want the 2 and the 7 in their correct spots for our point. So you would try question 3 and pick which point slope form is correct. Explain your reasoning. On number 4, you need to convert it into slope-intercept form. So for the example I have here, the easiest way to convert to slope-intercept form is to think of multiplying your slope through. Then I want to get y alone for slope-intercept, so I will add my 2 to cancel the minus 2, and I'm left with 4x minus 26. Converting to slope-intercept form is quite quick. You just need to multiply your slope through and get your y alone. Give numbers 3 and 4 on your review a try. For question number 5 on your topic 2 review, they have the equation in standard form. They want you to graph it on the coordinate grid. Remember, standard form has a lot to do with your intercepts, not just your y, but your x as well. If you want to find the y-intercept, you make your x value be 0. That would mean 3 times 0 would eliminate that part of the equation, and I'd have to solve for my y value, and I would find that y is -3 in this case. Now to find my x-intercept, I would make my y be 0. That would mean I'd have 3x, and my y is 0, and I'd be solving now for the x value. So x would be 5. I would place that in my table, and I would plot these coordinates. So 0, -3 is my y-intercept, and 5, 0 is my x-intercept, and just like that, I have a line. Watch out for your negatives and your positives. Go ahead and give number 5 a try. For numbers 6 and 7, they give you a story problem, and they talk about total amount of something you can spend or that you need, and they have 2 separate items. When this is the case, your best choice to make an equation is in standard form. Remember, think about what your total is and keep that on the end of your equal sign. And the x value is whatever variable they tell you is x or what you want to make to be x. That x value will go with the data that goes along with that x variable. And for your y value, the same thing. Create a standard form equation for problem numbers 6 and 7 and use that equation to determine how many t-shirts he's able to purchase.